Catnip Ever.
Yeah, that's her full name.
Ever.
That's
Her
her
full
name.
name
That's her
is
name.
Catnip
That's her
Ever.
name.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what she goes by.
Catnip Ever.
Oh,
you know
you,
who
well, you don't want to say it again.
Dookie.
There you see.
My bad.
You tell us.
My condolences for whoever edits this episode.
All right, welcome everybody to the KSU podcast. I'm your host Tyler Watson, and welcome guys. We got Iron Springs here with us today. Give a little round of applause. All right, so I'm gonna hope I get this right. I got Gambit,
Yeah.
I got B,
Yep.
and I've got Dorian.
Yep.
Right. Okay,
well,
so
well, technically it's the Gambit, but Gambit don't talk.
are
Don't
we
use
just
the
keep making this more difficult?
Also,
Okay,
technically, my full name is B. apis mellifera.
be a malaria.
Oh God.
And technically, my full name is Man-at-Arms Dorian Vanguard.
Oh,
Oh,
if
if
we-
we're doing our titles.
Yeah, if we're doing our titles and all that, then
Holy
technically speaking, hold up, what is it? Okay, Gambit's got. All right, so technically, if we're
I'm
doing
the only one with a lord title here.
for now,
For now.
if we're doing like full titles, then technically Gambit is Paige the Gambit, Bongson, Commandment of Truth, Silver Scale.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you really expected me to say
No,
all
no,
of those,
we don't.
No, Gambit just expects a Gambit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's
So
fair.
if we're doing my full title, it's Liege Man-at-Arms B. apis mellifera Aliuhu God. So
Be a malaria. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? We'll jump into that. We'll jump into that in a minute. But first, my intro question is always: introduce yourself. Tell us about who you are, what you do. Who would like to answer that?
Dory first.
All right.
Why Dory first?
Hi. My name is Dorian, or a lot of people call me Dory. I am a junior here at KSU. I started LARPing basically the first few weeks of me coming to KSU. I was walking on campus, and then this one guy came up and yelled, "Hey, do you want to fight me?" And my first instinct was, well, I got nothing better to do.
Okay.
So I came over and I fought him, and then I really enjoyed myself, and then I kept coming back to fight this guy, and now I am dressed in a tunic, a yellow belt, and I'm doing a podcast on this.
And let me clarify: fight in live action role play, and not just straight up. This dude is like bare
Trying to
knuckle,
fist
like
fight you.
let's go.
I first thought that he was going to go bare knuckles, but then he handed me a foam sword. I was slightly disappointed, but I started to enjoy it.
Was it
Okay.
Shaggy?
It was Shaggy.
How'd Gambit know?
So you're telling me that if somebody across the green yells at you, "Hey, you want to fight me bare knuckle?" Like you're like, "Yeah, let's do it."
I've done stupider.
Yeah,
Okay.
like there was a couple weeks ago when someone
Got pied.
Yeah.
Oh
when,
yeah,
when
that
someone
video.
came up to us, we were in the middle of practice. We're not like middle, but like we were about to start a battle game, and they were like, "Hey, does anybody want to get pied in the face for $20?" And this one right here, he was like, "Yeah."
$20 is $20.
Basically.
Yep, $20 whole dollars.
Then
He got the money.
he did get the money.
I spent that on Chili's, a 3 for me. It was the best Chili's 3 for me. Chicken bacon quesadilla.
It was earned.
And
What a great use
But-
of $20.
But do you have a Chili's plate?
no.
Gambit does.
But besides, when did you guys get started? So I learned. Now, at first I was like, "What is the LARPing group on campus?" I was looking for that, and then I was like, "Oh, Iron Springs. Like, what does that mean?" So what is Iron Springs, and why does it have that name, and how does Iron Springs fit into live action roleplay?
So there'd be different types of live action like foam fighting live action roleplay. So there's Amtgard, which is what we do. There's Belagarth, and then there's kind of a third one called, what is it, Dagahir?
Yeah.
Dagahir. That one's not really a thing anymore.
They disbanded.
Yeah.
Oh.
But so Iron Springs is one park in the Kingdom of Winter's Edge of Amtgard. So what includes Tennessee, Alabama.
It's Tennessee, Alabama, and
South Carolina.
Yeah.
So it's a region based.
Yeah, so that's our kingdom. We're a park within our kingdom.
Mhm.
There are other kingdoms, like the kingdom of Neverwinter. No, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Which
Gambit
is
started
in
that before.
Florida.
Okay.
And then there's like Burning Lands. I don't know where that one is.
Should
but
we go deeper here then? Because maybe the bigger question here is, teach us about live action roleplay and how on earth there is this much organization with it. Because in my eyes, I'm thinking this is just a pickup group of foam sword fighters, right?
So we're actually a non-profit organization. Amtgard is it's a
501c
501c,
non-profit.
yeah, non-profit. So there are rules. We have rule books that you have to follow in order to have legal weapons. If you bring just a golf club onto the field, we're gonna be like, what the fuck? Get out of here.
Or
baseball
for
bat.
or for a random example, a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, has somebody tried that?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone has tried that.
We are
Oh
looking
my
at 'em.
gosh, you just kill everyone you touch.
No,
Yeah.
well, okay. In Gambit's defense, it's a small cast iron skillet. He can hold it in one. He has it in his bag.
I could.
Currently with him.
Um.
Its name is Morton.
You could easily bash somebody's skull in with a tiny cast.
Okay,
iron
but
skillet.
one day they're gonna pass it, and Gambit's gonna be allowed to cast iron on field.
Alright.
It's the only spell Gambit knows.
Yeah. So
Cast
we have our rules, which are the code of conduct that lay out what you can and cannot do, and what will happen if you do those things.
course.
And then
Banned.
we have our rules of play, which help us know how to build weapons and how to make games and how to do things safely.
Right.
And is there another thing? I think that's it.
Oh, I do want to get into the safety aspect because a lot of times within Amtgard we get asked the question, hey, am I going to get hurt doing this?
Right.
And
Maybe.
we tend to focus a lot on safety. That is our number one priority. So the way we build our weapons is that the sword will break before the person.
Right.
You're more likely to get hurt by tripping and falling and or getting hit in the face than you are, if you get a body shot, it's not going to hurt that bad. You're,
Right.
It might sting a little.
It
It's
might
not
sting,
It ain't
yeah.
gonna be pleasant.
you might get a
Right.
bruise if the weapon is not broken in. But oh my god.
Oh my god.
And there's the cast iron skillet.
It's Morton.
His name is Morton. But the sword is more likely to break than you are.
Right.
Whatever
Right.
we use is designed to keep you and others safe, and its handler safe, if anything.
Context to audio listeners: Gambit has just pulled out a foam sword.
If I knew we were gonna get more weapons, I would have brought my
Well,
bow and
because
arrow.
Gambit knows that with Go-Go he can.
would
show
it be
off.
okay for you guys for us to get into the making of weapons?
Yeah.
Of course.
What can we have Gambit kind of explain what we're looking at here?
So, what this is this is Gambit's short sword Go-Goat,
Okay.
named after the Ghost song, not the Pokemon.
Okay.
Uh,
oh yeah.
For
Everything.
context, there are different kinds of weapons.
Yeah.
So, short sword, long sword. We use pole arms, which that's my main weapon.
I'm taking this.
And my mic.
You're fine.
So that's a long sword.
This is Gambit's go-to weapon, Spade.
Okay. A longer sword has appeared.
Yes. We have bows and arrows and things like that. Again,
Yeah.
all under regulation. So for example, bows have to be 30 pounds and under for them to be legal, because if you have a 50-pound bow, that's gonna hurt somebody.
50 pound? Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah,
Um,
that would feel incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is good that you guys have safety, because I feel like you could have one dude who's just way too into it, and he's got this extremely solid bat.
Yeah.
He just breaks your
Yeah.
femur. I mean,
We also have waivers.
that's good. Yeah.
Because although these are designed to break before we do, again, this is just
Squishy.
It's a contact sport at the end of
Yeah,
the
I
day.
Yeah.
think you could get hit by that, and I'm sure it's not gonna feel great, but it's
No.
paintball's not gonna pierce your skin, right?
Right.
I mean, that's probably just gonna hurt a little
Like
bit.
at the end of the day, this is just a golf club with pipe insulation wrapped around it, and then puzzle mat, camping pad, and yoga mat at the end, so that way when if you get stabbed by it, you don't die because a golf club
Because,
tip went
ow.
into your
Yeah,
belly.
yeah. You put awkward points on the end of your bat, so you just accidentally stab somebody. You know what we're gonna do after this for a video? And if you're looking to see this video, it's gonna be on our Instagram, because we're definitely gonna do this. We're gonna have you smack me as hard as you can with that
Ooh.
thing.
Back
Ooh.
test, back
Back
test,
test,
back
back
test,
test,
back test.
Because And I don't know why I volunteer myself for these things, but I actually think that'd be great.
We could also just do a normal fight if you want to. You can just
We could
fight
do
it
both.
out.
I want to save that for another
do
day.
both.
Okay.
I want to do a
both.
whole thing with that, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that later.
Okay.
So we got into the making of weapons, the different type of weapons.
Yep.
Now, and you said there's a lot of waivers and stuff like that. So how does it usually work?
Yeah, that's my job. I am our parks, so Iron Springs PM, which is Prime Minister. I handle all of the paperwork, the money, the getting people signed in and making sure that they get their credits and things like that. So the waiver, the kingdom itself, so Winter's Edge, which is our kingdom, comes out with a waiver that can say pretty much whatever. Our waiver currently says, you're not going to sue us. We're not going to sue you if someone gets hurt or if something gets broken.
Right.
And then they just came out with a new waiver that was like, you cannot take this before a judge.
Okay.
I could probably go get one of my waivers out of my cart if I really wanted to, but
There's probably, I guarantee this stuff must
yeah.
happen all the time.
yeah, so that's why the waivers exist. So basically, you get the waiver, you have to have your ID, because you have to be 18 to sign the waiver for it to be legal. And I take your ID, I write down, I have you write down your name, sign your name, put today's date, and I forgot the other thing, but
Cute selfie.
no, I'll
Witness.
Huh?
Witness.
but we'll get that into the second. But my job is to write down your birthday, what form of documentation you have, so if it's your driver's license, your state ID, things like that, and then sign a witness area, and then I have to pass it to one of my fellow officers, so the GMR, the Monarch, the Regent, or the Champion, and then they have to sign another witness area saying, yeah, this guy is 18, he signed the waiver, we watched him do it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And it's a detailed process to make sure everybody's safe and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
because with how long this sport has been going on, it's been around for a while. How long?
Since the 70s.
Yeah, since the 70s.
Dang.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. Some stupid person got hurt and went, I'm gonna sue you.
Oh, it's gotta happen all the time.
all the time.
I just imagine two people getting way too into it. One guy hits him way too hard,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
next thing you know, they're cursing each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Whole day's
That's
ruined.
happened. Gambit seen that happen at Iron
Iron
Springs
Springs, yeah.
before.
but they can't do anything because they signed a waiver.
So, one question I kind of want to go back into is, so you said it started in the 70s. What can you tell me about, from what you know, of the initial beginnings of it, where it started, who started it?
So I believe Amtgard as an organization kind of was a break-off group from another group called Dagahir. We really wanted to get into more of the magic area. From what my knowledge is, and this has been basically not well documented, but passed down through plenty of people, is some guy had a rule book that came out that was Amtgard. He sold it, and then over the course of a while, he kind of abandoned the project. Other people picked it up, and the rule book kind of changed every now and then. I believe we are on version 8 or 9 of
It
the
was
rulebook.
8 point something last
Yeah.
time Gambit checked.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And so over the years, it kind of evolved and dispersed just kind of naturally. And people took it with them. People moved and just started their own parks.
Right.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of something that naturally dispersed like any sport would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it kind of is this kind of similar to how maybe, I'm trying to think of better examples than this, but this is the only one that comes to my head, like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, how they kind of, it's easy to start a chapter of it, I guess.
Yes, actually, that's a fairly good analogy. Really, all you need to do to start a park is do a little bit of legal documents, talk to your local kingdom, and get some people involved. Amtgard as a organization isn't really too hard to start a park. It's just keeping that momentum going.
Because you have to have people regularly attend, you have to keep it organized, you have to have responsible people in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so there are actually levels to having a park. The Park of Iron Springs is a duchy level park. Yeah,
Yeah.
a duchy level park. But there's the Shire, there's Grand Duchy, which is after Duchy. I don't know what comes after Shire. What comes after Shire?
I believe Yeah, it's blanking on me.
There
Yeah,
is
no idea.
there's like Shire, Principality.
Yeah. No.
No,
Principalities are broken off from kingdoms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gambit thought it went like Shire, Duchy, Grand Duchy, Principality, Kingdom.
I have no idea. But it all depends on how many people regularly show up to your park.
Right.
So there's the newcomers, and then there's the people who show up consistently to your park, which is called populace. And whoever has a bigger populace gets to move up to whatever is next. So a shire gets to move up to, we're going to say a duchy because I can't remember the other ones, if there's another one. A shire gets to move up to a duchy, and then a duchy gets to move up to a grand duchy, which Iron Springs is very close to actually moving up to a grand duchy.
Wow.
We get to decide if we want to take it or not, and so
Yeah,
far
'cause-
we're like on the fence.
Gambit thought we had like special permission. It was like
Special privilege.
yeah, because like the kingdom knows that since we're like a college park, our numbers tend to like dwindle during the summer. So like we have that like special like there's something where it was like we don't accept Grand Duchy and like we just stay at Duchy because
But we've had consistent grand duchy numbers as of like
Gambit
this
don't
few semesters.
Gambit don't really know all. That's just what he heard from
Yeah.
people.
So, and how many people are we talking, like numbers wise, for attendance? I guess.
So usually for Iron Springs we have more than 20 people
Mhm.
per day, but consistently we have 40 populace pretty
Okay.
much, and that's just at KSU campus. At Marietta campus they also get like 15-20 people per day.
Right.
So being able to have that amount of people and then having 40 populace means that we could soon move up to Grand Duchy. So
Right.
yay.
Okay. Well, sweet. Now maybe let's talk about like, so I've been told to talk about belt lines, households, and fighting companies.
Ooh, fun.
So which one of you guys would like to dive into this? Okay,
Gambit can go
what you
into
got?
So with belt lines, if a Amtgarder has been granted a lord, lady, liege, or whatever, the title that's on the same level of lord, lady, and liege, they're able to take up what are known as pages.
Okay.
And you can denote if someone's a page or not by if they're wearing a primarily or solid yellow belt. So
Oh.
Gambit is paged to, you might have seen him on like social media, Teddy.
Okay.
So that relationship typically is like a mentor-mentee type
Okay.
relationship. Oftentimes it kind of becomes sort of like a parental
Mhm.
relationship from like the underbelt to the overbelt, and within like belt lines there can be a line where one person has belted somebody who's belted another person, and that's a full belt line in and of itself. So like
Right,
for
right.
example, Teddy is belted to another player named Faust, so Gambit is belted to Teddy, who's belted to Faust, so that's a whole
Okay.
they basically become like family trees. And also like as people get like elevated in titles, the title that you have that you're belted with moves up. So like if somebody is a page and their lord if like their lord becomes a knight, then they're no longer a page, they become a squire.
If they decide
Oh.
that.
If they decide
They decide
to.
to stick with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically if you're knight. So knights are like the big thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you're a knight, you're like one of the best.
You're like warrior tier, right?
So there are different
Well-
kinds of knights. There's like crafting knights, which are dragon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's things like if you fight well, you can have a knighthood for that.
Right.
If you do battle gaming well, you can do that. Which battle gaming is like classes and like think D&D.
Yeah.
Right.
But basically, if your knight pages you whenever they're not a knight and they move up to knight, they can go, hey, do you want to be my squire? And then you can be like, yeah, or no, I just want to stay a knight. Or,
So there's like a whole,
yeah.
kind of like you said, there's a whole web to it.
Yeah.
There's kind of, everybody has different labels, tasks, stuff like that.
Mhm.
What are some of the other labels? that you should
Man at
know?
Arms is
Yeah.
they're under
They are under squires.
Okay, yeah.
So
You're a man.
me and this one are man-at-arms, which is denoted by a green belt, or primarily green belt, or a black and silver belt.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's, and then there's squires. Squires are red belts.
Okay.
And knights are white
Yeah.
belts? Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Amtgard, very much as an organization, has a heavy amount of culture. This is where most of our fantasy elements come from, other than classes, which we'll get into later. Is our like hierarchy system, right? As Gambit has previously stated, we kind of have familial ties, and a lot of the times, our dynamics are both as friends. But when we get into that like a hierarchy system, a lot of people just straight up become like found family to us.
Right. Right.
I would honestly consider a lot of Amtgard, even outside the belt system, as a found family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like people who are paged next to you or man-at-arms next to you under the same knight or squire or whoever becomes like your siblings. So I just moved under a belt line under a guy named Toast, who already had a man-at-arms named Dreyfus, and now Dreyfus is technically my brother.
Is there, maybe this is a bad question, is there conflict between, can there sometimes be conflict between if there's multiple squires under one knight?
Sometimes, yeah.
Is there
Potential.
conflict?
There's potential. Gambit would say there'd be potential there.
People are people. There's
Yeah.
gonna be fighting no matter what you do. You can try to prevent it, but like sometimes people
Not
just don't get
everybody
along.
gonna-
You
Well,
know?
I guess it also brings my next point is, can we get a rundown of when you guys approached the day, right? So obviously you're kind of split off into like knights and then under those knights are squires. Same with like pages are under lords. So why separate them? Do they go against each other often? Like, is this kind of like forming teams, I guess?
No, so basically what it is just like denoting what you've done to earn your title. So like we have awards. So I'm gonna do battle gaming as an example. If you do really good at battle gaming, say like the first award you get is like using your first spell. That's a battle game, you get your first award. Second award, getting to know your spell list. Third award, getting to perfect your spell list. And then so on and so forth, up until 8 or 9. And then once you get to 8, 9, or 10,
It's typically like the 10th one is when you become eligible to become a knight.
yeah, so once you get to 10 awards in one section, because we have a bunch of them, there's battle gaming, there's just regular fighting, tourney fighting,
Role-playing.
role-playing, crafting, things like that. Once you get your 10th award, you can become eligible to become a knight. And typically, what we want to see in knights is being able to teach someone, mastering what you know best. So classes as battle gamers. So like if you know how to battle game, we want you to be able to teach someone how to battle game and give to your park and kingdom, so community. Just generally, knights help out their community and all that stuff. But basically, it's you're the best at what you do in this area of expertise. So yeah.
Okay, so that makes less a little bit more clarity. It kind of shows the level of experience, I guess.
Yeah. pretty
Without
much.
just being like, this dude's good, this dude sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
And then like also for like liege, lady, lord titles, it's denoting if you worked in office. So like my position right now as PM, I got my liege title from being good at my job, basically.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What about fighting styles? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how usually a fight operates in this.
Well, typically when we engage in fighting, right, there are different types. We can do like army style battle games. We could do ditches, which is basically just a version of team deathmatch. Or we could do just 1v1s, right? All of those have different rules of engagement, but what I really want to focus on is like different weapons and different fighting styles, because all of us here have different things we kind of are proficient in. I like to say like there are kits, right, for the sport. So say single stick, right, which is just one short sword or one long sword. Then we have sword and board, sword and shield. We have flow, which is short for Florentine. It is two swords at once, which is actually
Yeah.
It seems very rooted in fantasy, but it actually can be quite effective, especially with how our weapons are built. And then we have what me and B here are very proficient at, which are pole arms, which you might see online. These big 10-foot, 8-foot long, just giant sticks we whack each other with.
Yeah.
Like jousting?
So it's not like we do have ones that like spears. That's just stab only. So basically you can stab, not swipe. But what me and Dorian use is glaives mostly. So it's basically really long stick with a lot of foam on the end. So you can slash, you can stab, you can do whatever you want with it. And that's what we're best at.
Interesting.
You can also... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You could also think of fighting styles as like rock, paper, scissors. So flow is good against sword and board. Sword and board is good against... Excuse me?
Well, if the sword and board user knows what they're doing, flow is kind of...
Well, I mean, if anybody knows what they're doing,
well,
then
yeah, but like no,
it
because
falls
like
apart.
well, there are some things that's like, you know, if you know what even if they know what they do, it like there's one that's like clearly gonna beat the other.
Yeah. But like, you know, grates or glaives or whatever is good against flow because you're not blocking with a big sword and board, but sword and board is good against grates, and it's just like a big triangle basically. And then you got your off ramps, which is like having a flail or
a Madu, which is like you have a shield and then a sword sticking out the end.
Yeah.
So there's like so many different like weapons, how they're used, and different classifications.
So many.
There's like I feel like there's probably books on this, right? I mean,
There are.
surely.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can do some very, very funny text as long as you exist within the safety rules and it can follow like general common sense. I mean, if it's by the books, but obviously dangerous, we aren't allowing it. But if it's obviously safe and by the books, we allow it. For example, Gambit's laughing because I am the mad blacksmith of the group. I once created a 8-foot tall axe that is about has a head about the size of half this table.
Yeah.
Out of metal?
No.
No.
Oh, I was like,
It's complete.
Okay.
It's like the thing is with the axe, it's like it's like getting hit with a pillow.
Yeah.
It does not hurt,
but it's intimidating.
oh,
swinging it generates lift.
is it like a big impact when that thing hits you? It's like like a comically large bat or whatever in like Looney Tunes.
Depending on how you get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see this now.
Yeah. Hang
Hey,
on.
let's put up. Hey,
We have
you know
a
what? Send
picture.
me that photo. We'll put a little photo up
Gotcha.
right here.
There's also don't forget pickle.
Oh yeah, pickle exists.
Pickle?
Yeah.
You want to describe pickle?
So pickle is one of Gambit's great swords.
Is it green?
Yes, it is green.
Okay.
So we call pickle because it is a bamboo core greatsword. So because of that, there's a curve to the sword. He was given a green cover, and he looked at it and Gambit thought, "Oh, this looks like a giant pickle," and that was basically how Pickle 1 came to be.
It's pickle.
Unfortunately, Pickle 1 died.
Pickle
New-
1?
Pickle
Pickle
one-
2?
Yeah, there's a second one. Pickle 1 died New Year's Day 2025.
Oh my god.
Rip
You know
Pickle.
that?
The core cracked. So we were at practice, and Gambit still remember we were at practice at Swift Cantrell, and at first we thought it was just like the pommel was coming loose, and we thought, okay, maybe this be fixable. And then Gambit looked at the bamboo, and he saw that there was a crack going down the center of it,
Oh.
and just dread filled Gambit as
Oh,
he realized that his iconic greatsword was now dead.
Pickle became illegal that day.
Yeah.
Pickle became illegal.
But
Oh,
luckily, Pickle had a brother that was not used that Dory still had, and so Pickle was reborn with Pickle 2.
We'll put pickle right here.
If we have a
Can
picture of it.
Can we
Yeah,
get
that's
like a
pretty-
sad violin on like pickle 1? What is the worst conflict you guys have had, and to what extreme did that conflict get to?
I feel
Have
like
the police been called?
no.
Good.
I feel like everybody has their like one worst conflict in their head, but
Who out of the three of you has the worst conflict? And then, all right,
he be getting into stuff.
Yeah.
all right, what are you getting into, dude?
Let's actually talk about the heat stroke incident. I
Ooh,
think that's
heat
a
stroke
good one.
incident.
Yeah.
Heat stroke. I wonder. Oh, okay.
All right. So typically we have these big events every 3 months, right?
Kingdom
4 times a
events.
year.
They're called kingdoms.
They're called kingdoms. We basically go up to Chattanooga. We rent out an entire section of a national park. I
wow.
believe it is not
Booker T.
Booker T. Washington park
There's-
up in Chattanooga.
There's a couple, but yeah.
And so this was during the July heat, I believe.
It was like
Oh, gosh.
late July, early
Yeah.
August.
Late
Yeah.
July, early August. Basically the start of last semester. And I was going up there to go see, just watch people, right? There was a giant battle game being hosted, right? This was a competitive one. This was for awards.
Yeah.
So everyone was locked in.
There you go.
Right.
It's called a battle game tourney,
Yeah.
or tournament.
Multiple
and-
battle games being fought all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Round after round after round against different teams, and there was hardly any breaks in between.
Mhm.
Oh, and like probably not very much drinking of water. Right?
Unfortunately not.
Yep.
Well, some of us tried to drink water, and I'm saying this as someone who was part of the heat stroke incident.
So you were one of the people who did not drink enough water, perhaps?
I did drink water. So basically, I was low on sodium. I didn't realize that. Felt kind of pukey, but I was like, I'm really hot. I need to drink water. So I kept drinking water. It didn't absorb.
Yeah, you need-
And
yeah.
at the end of the battle games attorneys, I think we had like one game left. I got up because I was sitting down. I got up and I was like walking, and my vision started like getting really blurry and then getting black at the edges.
Right.
And I went up to now my belt brother, Dreyfus, not belt brother at the time, but belt brother now. And I went, Dreyfus, maybe it was just coming black. And he went, what? And he grabbed me, and like there was this huge panic of people, and I was like blacking out at this point. I was like barely conscious, but I remember people like putting me in my car, and then I got wet towels and like cold ice
Oh,
put down my shirt and in
you're
between
just
my
like,
legs.
and everybody's just trying to like rescue you as you're
Yeah.
actively dying.
Yeah, so I got banned from fighting for the rest of the day
Oh,
and
yeah.
put in a deep freezer.
Oh, I thought they were gonna say like the rest of the time, and I was like, okay, but the rest of the day, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
I
Gambit
also
rem-
got put in a deep freezer, which was fun.
Oh,
Gambit remember sweating his absolute off because he was in so many layers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Gambit was in three layers because he had his regular tunic, then he had Gambison, which is like quilted armor, cloth armor, and then he had his leather tunic on over that. Plus he had like he had his page belt on, and then like a belt type thing that he made to denote his team.
Golly.
Plus Gambit was wearing his mask, and then Gambit has a specific hat that he wears during tournaments. It is a PK Slider hat from that.
It's cake.
Whatever. It's the white dog from Animal Crossing, and he wears it, and that's his tournament hat. And so Gambit also had that. And so the worst part about it was like Gambit wasn't even really fighting all that much. He was on the team he was on. He was just there as like a just in case as an extra body. So he was just kind of sitting there cooking for like.
Just cooking forever. At least you're not running around.
Gambit would have preferred if he was like getting like absolutely miserable in the heat while doing something rather than just sitting there. Honestly.
And to add on to that, a lot of times in this battle game tournament, people were wearing like chainmail armor, metal armor,
Heavy quilted fabric armor.
Earlier we mentioned a player named Faust. Funny story
Gambit's
about that.
peepaw.
He was involved in this heat stroke incident. This was
Mhm.
the last round of the tournament. They were ready to call it, right? They were just going to do one more round, and then that's going to be it. So Faust was running in, I believe it was chainmail Gambison in like 95, getting close to 100-degree weather. And so he was running on fumes already, and some guy with a foam arrow. It was an archer, ready to shot, and it just so happened that the arrow was aimed a little too high, and went smack dab right in the center of his forehead, and he just
He fell.
Oh,
He
dang.
fell.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he went over and he was like, KO, you know, and he was like,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah.
So it was actually 3 people. It was me, my belt father now, Toast, and Faust.
Gambit's belt peepaw.
Belt Peepaw.
Okay.
And we were all stuck in the deep freezer because the area we were in, we had a big like kitchen and like industrial stuff, and they were like, all right, your body temperature is way up here and you're shaking and you're slurring your words. We're gonna put you in the deep freezer. So me and Toast and Faust all sat in the deep freezer for a while.
Hey, you know what? I've actually done that before. One of my jobs, I worked at Publix and they had big walk-in freezers. And then on a hot day, I just walk in there and just be like,
Yeah.
I actually have a story that kind of goes along this whole heat stroke thing.
Hell
So
yeah.
me and my buddies used to always go and play Ultimate Frisbee for some reason. And one day we go, and my buddy, you know, we're all playing just like normal, and I'm throwing it to him. And he decides he's going to dive. I'm like, don't call that on. Like, I was like, okay, I'm just not going to catch it. He dives, lands like this, like with his arms tucked underneath him.
Uh-oh.
And all of a sudden, he just down. He lands and he's like down. We're like, okay, well, what the heck happened to him? And everybody keeps playing. And I'm like looking at him as he's convulsing on the sideline.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, okay, well, let me go check it. I'm like, hey, man, are you okay? He's not talking. Like, he's awake. He's just not talking.
That's not good.
And this goes on for a while. And finally, I'm like, guys, we have to stop the game. He's like, we might have to take him to the hospital. So, you know, finally, and we're all like kind of just like, oh, I don't know what to do. And he's like, and we're like, do you want us to take you to the hospital? He's like, well, I'm fine. And I'm like, are you sure? What he did is he cracked his ribs. He
Ooh.
cracked like multiple ribs from doing it.
Ow.
From
and-
landing on his arms?
Yeah, from landing like that. Just because how he landed, I guess he cracked his ribs.
Well, it
I
only
guess that
takes
makes sense.
3 pounds per square inch to break a rib. So,
And you know what the worst part is?
Hmm.
We let him drive home.
Oh, wow.
Because we called his mom. His mom was like, I can't go pick him up. And we were like, well, we don't want to.
Oh my god.
And so we did not call the ambulance, nothing. He just drove himself home and then later on went to the doctor.
That's how you get a punctured lung and then you don't see your friend
Yeah.
tomorrow.
and that's how you don't show up to Frisbee tomorrow. 'cause
Yeah.
You're dead.
yeah.
Well, hey, fun story.
well,
Yeah.
not if their lung was punctured and they can't breathe.
Touche.
Touche. But last thing I kind of want to ask is just what does role playing or what does LARPing Amtgard mean to you guys, and how would you encourage other people to join?
Amtgard to me, as very cliche as it sounds, is very much a lifestyle to me. It's very much these people. I look at them and I see a brother, a sister, family. I see people around that I love and care about. Basically, Amtgard is a good portion of my life when you get into my social aspects. And I encourage people to join. It's very much, well, I like to advertise it to people as free anger management, but really, it's a way to get community. I know a lot of people. I came from the other side of Atlanta. I was coming to KSU without any sort of friend group or anyone I knew here. And really, like, getting that experience, getting to know the people inside this organization was very much good exposure therapy. I was a very shy kid. Some dude I forgot who taught me the phrase, to be cringe is to be free. I know a lot of people look at Amtgard and the LARPers and kind of scoff and say cringe, cornball, whatnot. But
They're absolutely right, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But you own it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I like to
Exactly.
do. Okay, I'm happy. You're not.
Yeah.
I was the same way, honestly, as those people. I was like, yeah, I'm a nerd, but I'm not like that kind of nerd.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
not that. And then they were doing a cotton candy like fundraiser
Silas.
thing. Silas was, and I was like, they were like, I came up and I was like, do you guys do D&D? And they were like, yeah, we do D&D. And then I got led away to a secondary location by someone else. And then I was like, you know what? I might as well.
When in Rome.
Yeah. But Amtgard is just community. As cliche as it is, it's nice to have people around you that have the same interest as you.
Right.
It's just nice. Coming from somewhere, I moved from Florida, where I came and I had one friend with me who lived with me, who was my partner. and no other friends, didn't know how to make friends, went to KSU campus, and then found this group of people who are so energetic and so kind and willing to bring you into their situation and just teach you how to play and be your friend. It's so nice.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I have a lot of respect for you guys because, again, I know I said at the beginning I was mainly having you guys on because some other influencers have kind of pointed you guys out as a little bit of a spectacle. Maybe be like, oh, look at the LARPing group. Like, look what they're doing. But I have a lot of respect for you guys because you guys are in the center of the KSU campus. Everyone has to walk around you to see it. And you guys are just unapologetically doing what you guys like to do. So I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
But is there anything you would like to say to the world before I cut you loose?
So if Gambit want to say if something like directly, that camera right there.
Yeah.
Gambit want to shout out. Gambit want to shout out Gambit's Peepaw.
Hello,
Shout out
Gambit's
Peepaw Faust. Gambit don't know how, but you will be seeing this and you will be knowing. Also shout out Teddy because Gambit's belt family is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to you
The
guys.
best.
If you guys wanted to play Amtgard and you don't know where to start, there is literally a website called play.amtgard.com. It shows you
Hi.
your nearest park to your location. Go and play. It's really fun.
And if you're at KSU, you know where it's at.
Yeah.
You know exactly who to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Anything from you?
Last thing I would say is really for people who are looking at this and are scared to join, don't be. We are a very welcoming community, and we would absolutely love to have you at the end of the day.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I want to let the listeners know that you're looking where you can find these links. They're going to be in the link in the description of the video or wherever you're listening. Other than that, have a great day, guys. We're looking at that center camera. Goodbye, people of the world.
Bye. Thank you for having us.